5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for...
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show. You're Craig, I'm Ryland.
That's what he said, yeah, exactly. I'm Craig, he's Ryalnd. Welcome back to another review show. We've got some amazing tricks this week, haven't we? Some really good tricks. I mean, we've got some tricks that aren't that good either. But we're going to start off with one of the hottest tricks in Magic right now, because when JB Magic, when Mark Mason brings out a product, you listen. Because one thing I know about Mark Mason, one thing I know about JB Magic is they are absolutely, completely and totally commercial. So we're going to look at the latest Mark Mason product right now. Let's have a look at Alibi by JB Magic. So first up we have Alibi by KAAN, AKDOGAN and Mark Mason from JB Magic. And what we have here, it's like mystery box, isn't it? It's like John Kennedy's mystery box, but it's built into a little wallet that sticks on the back of your phone case. So what you get is, if you've got a phone inside a phone case, this little wallet sticks on the back of it, and you also get a card that goes inside there. It looks very inconspicuous. You just carry your phone around, and as long as this is stuck to the back of the phone, you're ready to go anytime, anywhere into a mystery card style routine. And what happens is you have a folded up card dangling from your little wallet, and you put that down on the table. You do whatever routine you want to do. Mark teaches a really nice ambitious card routine on the download. They obviously sign a card, keeps popping up to the top of the deck, and then it ends up that the card that's been dangling there the whole time is the card that the spectator signed. That's the routine, that's the effect, and it's really well made. It's a really nice idea. I love the idea of having this and being able to do this anytime, anywhere. I think this is really smart.
You just need to put it into the back of your phone.
Exactly, you just need to, and I've got this set up on my phone. In fact, the gig that I did a couple of days ago, I actually did this. And
in fact, it's on the phone that you filmed.
Exactly, I got great reactions with this. Now, it reminds me a little bit of Cell by David Stone. Now, you don't remember Cell, this was way before your time, but David Stone came up with this idea of having a signed card folded up appear inside the battery compartment of a phone.
Wait, do phones have battery compartments?
Well, they don't anymore, like iPhones and the new phones these days, smartphones, they don't. But back in the day, the old phones that were around before you were born,
to put batteries in.
Yeah, you had a little battery compartment in there, and you opened up the battery compartment, and inside was a folded up card.
And then you tried
tipped
to
it
turn
out.
your phone on, but it didn't work because the card had been placed
Well, it was in there with the battery, but it doesn't matter. It reminds me a little bit of that. Maybe because you set your phone up, and once it's set up, you're ready to go anytime, anywhere. And now, the ambitious card routine that Mark teaches is great. The tutorial that Mark teaches is great. There's no problem there at all. I think this is best done as a combination with Locked and Loaded by Ryan Schlutz, because with Locked and Loaded you have your phone and you have access to this amazing prediction system, but then you also have this on the back of your phone where you can literally have a signed card appear anytime, anywhere. And that's how I'm going to perform it for you. We filmed this performance a couple of days ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Since then, I've had a shave. And I went to a gig, and I actually did this at a gig as well. I tried to get some footage, but I couldn't. But it went really well at the gig as well. I mean, I did this exact routine you're going to see. And it killed. It really did. But I think the way to go with it is combining it with Locked and Loaded, because then you can have that nice hook line of, let me show you the difference between a mind reader and a magician. Let me show you how I plan on performing this first of all, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we think.
Let's get into the performance.
Right, I'm going to use a deck of cards to show you the difference between a magician and a mind reader. Because a lot of people think magic and mind reading is the same thing, but it's completely different. So I'm going to show you what a magician would do with a pack of cards. Then I'm going to show you what a mind reader would do with a pack of cards. Okay? Now, as I am a magician, we're going to do magic first of all. So I'm going to riffle down the deck, because that's what a magician would do. They would riffle down the deck with their thumb. Just say stop.
And then say stop. Stop.
Perfect. Now, the other thing a magician would do, generally they have the cards.
Someone sign the card.
Exactly. You can tell you're a magician as well. So this card here, I'll look away. Can you do me a favour? Take the pen and sign it, but please do not get ink on the pad, because Mummy will literally kill you. Okay, have we done that?
Yes.
Pass me the pen back when you're done. Cool stuff. And turn it over so I can't see what it is. Make sure I can't see it. Now, I should point out, by the way, I've got my phone here. And can you see that there's a card dangling down from the little wallet section on my back? That's going to become important a little bit later on. I'm going to leave that right there. Now, the other thing a magician would do is have the card put back in the deck. So just say stop.
Stop.
Put the card back down. And then a magician would generally cut the cards and shuffle the cards and then make sure that that card was lost in the deck, never to be seen again. That's what a magician would do.
Well, not never to be seen again.
Well, yeah, hopefully we'll see it again if I do the trick right. Now, a mind reader doesn't do that. What a mind reader will do, if they're decided to use a deck of cards, they'll predict it, but they won't even use the cards right. And what they'll do is they'll have someone name a card. So I've got this mystery card here. We're going to get back to that later on. I should tell you, I've also made a prediction on the lock screen of my phone. Sarah, can you do me a favour? Can you name any card in the deck for me? It's totally up to you which one.
Okay, the 5 of hearts.
Do you want to change your mind or are you happy with that?
No, I'm happy.
On the lock screen of my phone's been here the whole time. You could have said any card, and yet on the lock screen of my phone, I've actually got the 5 of hearts. I actually predicted exactly what card you would name, the 5 of hearts, right? That's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
That is what a mind reader would do. They would predict the card. And in that case, we didn't even use a pack of cards, did we, Ryan? I mean, she literally just named a card and that's all it was taken. But do you remember at the very, very beginning, you picked a card from that deck, didn't you?
Yes.
And do you remember I showed you that I've got this card that's been here the whole time? Do you remember?
Yes.
It's been hanging down from here from the very, very beginning. Do you remember that?
Yes.
If I told you that this was your card and I predicted your card, that would not be good. Because that's what a mind reader would do. But I'm a magician. And I said I'd show you what a magician would do and what a magician does.
Mind reader, magic.
Exactly. And what I did is the card that's been here from the very beginning, since before you signed the card, not only is that the same card, the Jack of Spades, but it's actually the one that you wrote your name on.
What? Until you performed it.
I know, well, I only learnt it a few days ago, but I mean, it's really nice.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the idea of having it anytime, anywhere. You've got it there in your phone. You can go into it anytime you want to. I also like to say...
You've got it set up right now.
I have got it set up right now. I love the idea of having it with locked and loaded and you have that lovely routine. But you know what? I think I've done videos on this channel before about everyday carry, like stuff you can carry around with you and you can do a trick anytime, anywhere. I love the idea of having in your phone or in your wallet like 4 blank-faced cards. So they've just got like a normal back design and there's 4 blank-faced cards, and you bring these 4 blank-faced cards out, you show them, you have someone sign one of the cards, you lose it in between the 4, they hold it in between their hands, and then when they open up their hands, they've only got 3 cards now, and then you pick up the phone and there's a folded up card hanging from there and it's their card, and that'd be very easy to do. You wouldn't have to carry a deck of cards around with you. You just put 4 cards in your wallet. You could actually put the 4 cards into the gimmick or into your phone case, and you're ready with 4 cards to do an absolute miracle anytime, anywhere. I absolutely love this. I'm going to do this. Well, I did it at that gig and it killed. I did it in place of card to wallet. Have you got any questions?
Is it easy to do?
Yeah, I mean, it uses a Mercury card fold. The one thing I will say, and that's a really good point, you need to make sure that your Mercury card fold is absolutely perfect. You know, sometimes you do a Mercury card fold and it's off. You need to make sure it's absolutely perfect. Now, Mark talks about how you can pre-score a card to make it perfect every single time. And he has this really nice idea of pre-scoring all of the picture cards and just forcing a picture card when he goes into this routine. If you're going to go down this route, I would get Perfect Score by John Allen, because that is amazing. And that's the way to do this, in my opinion. But yeah, you have to be able to do a Mercury card fold. You can, Mark doesn't go into it on the DVD, but you could do that thing where you put it behind your back and you try and find it behind your back, or however you want to do it. But you are going to need to fold a card secretly in front of the audience. Outside of that, everything else is fairly easy. The switch itself is great. The thing is well made. And when you do the switch, importantly, the heat is not on. The heat's on the card. It's not on the on the little wallet at the back of the phone. And I know that from doing it at this gig. Like, I was taking the card out, giving it them, and they just weren't noticing anything. Now, you notice in the performance, one thing that I thought is, when I've seen people do this and I watch the performance and I watch the trailer, it looks almost too perfect when you take the folded up card out of the wallet. It almost looks like it's like too perfect. So when I did it, you notice I kind of fiddled with it a bit, as if I was trying to pull it out the flap. I think that kind of added to it a little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah. Could you do it stage? Could you do it stage?
I mean, technically you could. I
Tell
mean,
all the stuff where you could do it.
walk around
Parlour.
walk around and parlour,
Maybe
absolutely.
stage, because it's a phone.
You could do it in stage. I mean, it's going to be a bit small, but I mean, I've done mystery box on stage before. If you have the phone and you say, look, I've got a mystery card. I wouldn't do it with a signed card on stage. If I was going to do it on stage...
Not a signed card on stage. No.
What I'd do is I'd put the phone there and I'd say, I've got a prediction here, and I'd have lots of people name cards, you know, red or black, clubs or spades, whatever it is, and I'd have an index of cards, and I'd say, well, this folded up card's been in my phone the whole time, and I'd take it out. Something like that. So you could do it on stage, but really it's designed for walk around, it's designed for close-up, it's designed for table magic, it's designed for parlour, and virtual it would work really well in as well. Any other questions, or does that cover it all for you? While you're thinking of a question, I'm just going to say that I absolutely love this. I'm going to give this 100%. I mean, it went straight into my act.
But I was literally just about to ask you a question.
Go on
Do
then.
you really like it?
Oh, for sure.
But you just answered that because you gave
I'm gonna do this for sure. Am I gonna do it every
115.
115 for you? Well, Mark Mason will be happy. 115% from you, 100% from me. This is going and staying in my act. You know, I know I'm going to get the question, what's the durability of this like? As far as I can see, it's going to last. I've had this stuck to the back of my phone now since probably about 4 or 5 days now, and I take my phone everywhere with me, and it's just as good as new. I can get into it within a second, so when I want to get into it, I just take my phone, do something, I'm ready to go with it at a moment's notice. And I like the fact that you can tuck the card away into the wallet when you're not using it to keep it safe. I think it'll last a long time. 100% from me, 115% from him. Okay, so next up we have the AVFM deck. Which Ryalnd really doesn't like, do you? He really doesn't like this. When the review stuff came in, it was him that ended up with the AVFM deck, and he sat there and he watched the tutorial and he watched the download, and I watched it with him, and he was looking more and more depressed about the whole thing. You've been practicing it, haven't you? You've watched the whole thing. There's been quite a bit of a buzz about this on the Magic Cafe because a lot of people have been talking about it. What is it? Is it any good? In essence, it's a forcing deck. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about this trick in a minute, but do you want to do a performance of it first of all?
Yeah.
We're going to get Ryalnd to do a performance. Once he's done that performance, we'll then talk about what we think about the trick.
I've got a prediction card here, and it's a mystery card.
It's a mystery prediction card.
Mystery prediction card, yes.
Okay.
Now, I've got this blue pack of cards. How many cards are there in a pack of playing cards?
437.
No.
52.
Yes. Yes. Wrong the first time. Okay. Now, I want you to name a number, a 2-digit number, less than 40.
Okay. 21.
21. Okay. Okay, now take the cards out of the deck, but I do not want to touch them.
Okay. There you go. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Now I want you to take off the advertising card and also the Joker. The Joker's at the top as well.
Okay.
Okay. The other joke might be in there, but we don't really care about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so I want you to deal 21 cards down, but put the 21st here.
Okay. That is?
Yeah. No, but face down.
Face down, sorry, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
21 here.
21 there. There you go. Okay.
Now, so if you got one more card, it could have been this one.
The Ace of Hearts, diamonds, yeah?
Yeah. And you could have gone to the very end, and you could. There's the Joker.
Yeah.
You could have got to here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or if you said 20, you could have got to the 5 of diamonds.
Mhm.
And you got these at the beginning.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
you couldn't have said because you had to do a 2-digit number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means. Okay. So what is this card?
I've got no
Let's
idea.
have a look. The Ace of Hearts.
Mhm.
Now, do you remember the prediction card that
The
I just took out randomly?
You took that out randomly.
Yeah, I just went. I looked up. I spread the cards out on the table.
So you're expecting
I
me
took
to
one
believe?
out, and then I just spread them all up.
You expected me to believe that you don't even know what that card is?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't believe you.
Well, I don't even know what that is, but it doesn't matter anyway.
Why? Whoa!
2 perfectly matching cards.
Perfect match. Boom.
Except this is pants.
Come on, aren't you being a little bit harsh there, right?
Well, for a start, You're using a whole deck.
You're using a whole deck, yeah.
To force, when you could literally just use a riffle force. Shuffle the cards, fake shuffle them, cut the cards so you've got card marks, and then just do a riffle force.
He has got a point. The main routine, you have got a serious point. You look so wound up about this. He has got a point.
It doesn't actually look like all the cards are just going, going through.
Here's the thing. What you have here is you have 2 tutorials. Tutorial 1 is for the main trick, which is basically what you just saw Ryalnd do. The only difference is Ryalnd had a different coloured prediction card, while the guy on the download had like an old style card. Other than that, it was exactly the same. And there's a few different variations in the second tutorial, but it's all variations on a theme. It's all like, okay, roll these dice, add the numbers up and the cards at that number and that sort of thing. So it's not like it's very creative. There's all variations on exactly the same theme. And what he says is right. What you have here is you have a deck that is designed to force one particular card. Now, the problem is, yeah, it's designed to force it. I mean, it's quite clean in that you can show the card beforehand, you can show the card afterwards, but anyone that's been in Magic for like 0.5 seconds will tell you that what we have here is the equivalent of a Svengali deck. Now, this is not a Svengali deck, to be clear. This is not a Svengali deck because there's a few things that are added on and it's not short and long. But in reality, the method could be done with a Svengali deck. There's just one little subtlety that they've added, but that little subtlety that they've added, which I don't want to go into because I don't want to give, well, I think everyone that's watching this knows how it works, but the one little subtlety that they've added, which allows you to spread the cards a little bit to show them, it means that you now have to restrict the number. So in other words, and you heard Ryland say it, I want you to name a 2-digit number, maybe somewhere up to 40. Well, now, anybody that's half intelligent is going to realise, well, hang on a minute, that limits us to 30 cards because we're eliminating, the single-digit numbers and we're eliminating numbers over 40. If you're going to have a force deck that is designed to force a card and you're going to try and... if it's going to be better than a riffle force or a classic force or a timing force or other such force, what you want to do is you want to make it so there's no restrictions and you want to make it so it's examinable. This is not examinable at all. The spectator cannot pick this deck up and look at it. If they look at it, they'll realise exactly how it's done. So what we have here is a trick deck that you carry around with you that is designed to force a card. And that's it. Now, that wouldn't be a problem if there were some kick-ass stonking routines with it. Like, I love the Svengali deck. I've got some incredible routines, even though I do say so myself, with the Svengali deck that just take it to an completely different level and people wouldn't know it's a Svengali deck. But I wouldn't dream of marketing a Svengali deck and going, hey, name a number. Bob, 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 bob. There you go. Look, your prediction matches. Thank you. Can I have my $30, please? I'd never dream of marketing that. And again, this isn't a Svengali deck, but it's as good as a Svengali deck. I was really disappointed. I heard there was this new forcing deck that was absolutely amazing. It's not. It's as old as the hills. It's as old as the hills, and it's solving a problem that doesn't exist. In that, why would you want to go through all this procedure to force a card when you can just literally, like you say, you can do a riffle force, and you can't examine the deck at all. You have to go through this whole dealing procedure in order to get to the card rather than being a little bit more direct, and it can't be examined at the end. And it's as old as the hills. This has been done before. This has been done before, and it's been done with a much better presentation. I don't see what's new about this trick. I don't see what this trick has got going for it to warrant the cost that people are being charged for. It's not that it's an incredibly difficult deck to make, because it's not. You could literally get yourself a forcing deck and a regular deck and put 3 of these together or 2 of these together in like 10 minutes. So it's not that it's a difficult deck to make up. So then what are we charging the money for? We're charging the money for the presentation, because all you're doing here is you're doing, I can't remember, like $30 or something. All you're doing is you're doing the bog basic routine. You give someone a Svengali deck and you say, new to Magic, and say, right, this is a Svengali deck. Within literally 10 minutes, they're going to come up with this sort of presentation for it. They've not added anything new to the presentation. That's not what we're paying our money for. We're not paying for anything groundbreaking in terms of procedure. You know, it's not groundbreaking saying, oh, a 2-digit number, by the way, you can't think of a number more than 40. So what are we paying our money for here? What are we paying our money for in order to get a deck that it's just rubbish? The more I was going to try and defend it a little bit because I know you were so angry about it. Go on, Ray, have a rant. I don't really have a rant. Watch my table, dude. You're doing. I do the rants. You can't do the rants. You're not allowed to do. You're too little and cute. You bring the cute factor. I bring the angry bull bloke. Okay.
Me too.
No. There's enough. There's enough with me ranting in this house. We don't need two people ranting. But he is right. I don't like it, and it visibly. Ryalnd gets super excited when he learns new magic. He loves learning new magic, and you just got so upset and depressed by you like this trick is rubbish. He was like watching the download, and you were waiting for something to come up that was like groundbreaking with it, and you were like, "Is that it? That's it." Right, okay. Yeah, I can't. What he said, I can't recommend it. I'm going to give it 0%.
Yeah, 0.
Okay, calm down. I'm going to give it 0%. I don't think it's very good at all. I can't see what it's brought to the table that's new. It's 0% from me. 0% from him.
Yeah.
Buyer beware. Don't buy it. Get yourself a Svengali deck instead.
It's rubbish.
So next up we have
Paddle.
We have Paddle by the fertile mind of Hansen Chen.
I actually thought it was real chocolate when I first saw it.
You did, like, so funny. I had this in the glove compartment of the car because I was taking it around with me to look at it, and your mum had put some packets of sweets in there for you kids later on, and I opened the glove box and you were like, "Oh, those are my favourite chocolates. Can I have some?" I'm like, "Dude, they're not chocolates. It's a magic trick," and you were like so disappointed. What we have here are
But
these.
it was funny.
We have these little chocolate sticks. And you actually can find these in shops. They're a very common thing. You eat them all the time, don't you?
I eat them all the time. I love the mint ones.
Yeah, it's like a little stick, and it's coated in chocolate, and you can get some that are coated in chocolate, some that aren't coated in chocolate. And the whole idea of this is it allows you. Basically, as the name of the trick suggests, paddle. They've created
a paddle trick.
They've created a paddle out of these sticks of chocolate, which is a really good idea.
If you know these chocolates, so they're round, so they've made it like at the bottom, like a bit like smoother, but it actually looks real, so you can like turn it easily. Like
it's so easy.
Stick.
So easy to paddle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to
Like it
paddle.
would look like it's hard because it looked like it's circle, but they've actually made it like at the bottom, so it's like straight, so you can like paddle it easily.
Exactly. It's one of the easiest things I've ever paddled.
Because if they didn't make that, it would just go everywhere.
It would. No, you're completely right. The other thing about this is there's two versions. I should let you know right now. There's two versions. There's a deluxe version and then there's a normal version, a standard version. The deluxe version has this sleeve and it also has two sticks with it. The standard only has one.
Yeah.
And there's a few advantages of having the standard and the deluxe. Now, the other thing that you get here, and I'm going to do a performance in a minute, but there's so many different routines that Hansen goes through. He goes through like 7 or 8 or 9 different routines, one of which uses the box. So you see on this side, the box is actually...
got no chocolate.
Yeah, and
no
what
chocolate,
happens...
And the other has all chocolate.
Yeah, and there's an insert that covers over it, so you can show both sides of the box as having these chocolate sticks, and you can go boom, and you can pull the chocolate off one of them, which is a really nice idea before you go into the routine. And this looks like the sort of thing, even though it says paddle on it, it looks like the sort of thing that you could maybe keep the chocolate sticks in, or you could actually get a proper container of chocolate sticks and just use that. It's totally up to you.
And you could put all
here's
the
your
chocolate
insert.
sides up, all the chocolate sides up.
Yeah.
And then put the two ones that are actually real, fake, down, so you can so it's like chocolate at the top, but the ones that you're actually the fake ones.
Yeah.
You can just so you can see the bottom of it, so
Exactly.
that part there.
Yep. Totally.
So you can actually use it in a real box of chocolates.
Shall I do a
I
brief
think you
performance?
should do a
Yeah.
performance.
So we're going to show you a performance of this that I did a couple of days ago, and then.
Well, yesterday. Stop saying a couple of days ago.
I'm so sorry, boss. Yesterday I did this performance, so I'll show you the performance of this, and then we'll talk about what we think about it. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Okay, both me and Ryland love these little chocolate sticks, don't you?
Yes.
We both love these. Now, I've got two of them. This one's cheese flavoured and this one's chocolate flavoured. But I realise you can actually do something
Cheesecake
weird.
flavour.
Just cheese flavoured, it's just cheese. And this one's chocolate. But watch, if the weird thing is the chocolate always stays on the left. So if you do that...
Wait, does
the
that
chocolate...
mean it's like an invisible line?
Yes, I'm channeling my inner Eric Chen. If I do this, look, goes back. The chocolate still stays on the left. Now, if I do this, watch. I can make them change places. Now the chocolate's over here.
And
I'll do this again, and you can make them jump back.
Yeah,
now here's the important thing, right? Watch this. You can't bring the two sticks together, because if you do, you end up with two chocolate sticks. And who wants
or two cheese sticks?
Or two cheese sticks. Now the only way to fix this is to take them and put them into your hand like this, and then do that. Because when you do that, you end up with the actual that's lovely.
Chocolate.
You actually end up with chocolate. Now the only way to fix this, watch, is to blow, and they go back on, which is weird. And you keep doing this over and over again. But remember, the whole thing is an illusion. So that was a brief performance. I've been playing with this for a while. All I wanted to do with that performance is take some of the moves that are on the tutorial and show you what you can do with it. Now that routine that I did, where there's the two sticks that are changing places, you'd need the deluxe version for that, because you need two sticks. The standard version only comes with one stick, but you can do so many different things with this. So you can get this stick, and it really does look like real. It really does look real. You can put this into, as I say, normal packaging. And you can just take it out, and you can go into this anytime, anywhere.
I've got like a good idea to do it. Like you could say, I've got no chocolate on my thing. Oh, there's an invisible water fountain right here. Oh! All the chocolate gone. All the chocolate gone now. Poof! Yeah, now I have got. Now I've got a chocolate one. Let me just eat this. Go.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, so you can do the Ryland's invisible chocolate fountain presentation for this as well. I mean, the only thing that you
just do it for Alex.
The only thing that you need to consider about this is it's kind of a weird object to carry around with you to the gig.
Yeah,
hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Craig. I'm the magician here today. I'd like to show you some magic with some chocolate biscuits. Who likes biscuits? You do? Well, I'm going to show you a trick with one of these. It's kind of a weird thing that you can do.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Well, I think how you could actually...
Most kids like chocolate.
Well, how I
Unless
think...
they're allergic.
I just think it's kind of really weird taking this out at a gig. I have got a way around this. If you do any cigar manipulation and you do the old routine where you pull a cigar out of a purse, Justin Miller's just come up with a wonderful version of that. What you could do is you could show the purse, and you could say, I've got this little purse here. You can even use this with the FPS coin wallet. So you could have the SPS coin wallet set up with one of these sticks inside it and say, this is, you've seen Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins has a magic bag. She can take anything out of there that she wants to. Well, this is a similar sort of thing. Whatever I want, I can take out of there. Like right now, I'm hungry, to be honest. So look, I've got a little chocolate stick. Of course, if I want to do that, and then you can eat the chocolate and vanish the thing, or put it back inside there and vanish it. So I think as long as you've got a reason to bring out a chocolate stick, what I don't want to do is go into the territory of... Well, yeah, a purse frame, really good idea. Love that. Do it with purse frame as well. You know, this is an invisible wishing purse. Bloom, doom, job done. What I don't want to do is go into the territory of the Twixter, where you've got, like, for no reason you're pulling chocolate from down your sleeve or something. I think if you've got a reason, or if you've got a purpose for actually bringing this chocolate out.
Because the chocolate would melt in your sleeve.
Exactly. That's a different trick. That's just rubbish. But this is not rubbish. I really like this. I don't think it's the best trick ever, but I think it's really commercial. I think that for kids this would be great. Well, I think it might be a bit too small. You know, for a kid's show, if you came really close to the audience and you did that, I think it'd be fine.
Chocolate. Look, a poof, a poof, a poof, a poof.
Yeah, I think you can do it in a kid's show. But I was thinking more of doing walk around at a wedding or something, and there's a load of kids there. You can do that. No, it's really. It's a close-up trick, right? Really, it's a close-up trick. But I'm going to give this 90%. I'm going to give this 90%. What are you going to give it? You really love this, don't you?
Yeah, 100.
Okay, so it's 100% from Ryalnd. It's 95% from me. You can get it direct, or 90% I said, didn't
Yeah,
I?
90.
You can get this directly from Hansen Chen Productions. I don't think it's through Murphy's Magic, so you can only get it from Hansen Chen Productions. But it's available now for immediate delivery. So well done, Mr. Hansen Chen, on another great product. Hey, he did Hollywood the other day. We love that. He did this. We love this. Can't wait to see what Hansen's coming up with next. Okay, so the final routine today, we are going to be looking at another one that everyone is buzzing about, which is Forced Focus by Richard Pinner. Now, I did an interview on Talk Magic, and you can go and check it out in the Talk Magic playlist, where I actually interviewed Richard. This is before Forced Focus came out, and he talked about Forced Focus and a whole bunch of other stuff. Richard's a really interesting guy. Kids Cards, which is a Richard Pinner release, is one of my favourite gaff decks of all time. Richard is a dude, he really is. And this routine, what it is basically, is it is a way of riffling through a pack of cards and in a very surefire way, forcing a particular card or forcing a group of cards. The instructions are very, very detailed. You buy the trick, you scan the QR code, and when you do, there's so many videos on various different things. So first of all, it explains how to set up the deck, then it explains how to do, I mean, there's a load of different routines.
Lots of different stuff.
My favourite routine, I'm going to talk about a couple of the routines in a minute. I'm also going to talk about a slight negative with it.
This is my favourite routine.
Yeah, this is Mirage. This is both mine and Ryland's favourite routine. This is probably the best routine for a close-up worker, in my opinion, because it is just incredible. The way that he's actually put this together.
Perform it?
Yes, I do. I want you to perform it. You're going to perform it?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I've got a pack of cards here, okay?
Yeah?
Yeah? Now, they are red. A weird red back.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah,
They are very
red.
strange.
Now, I want you to cut the card somewhere in the middle.
Anywhere?
Yeah? And
Okay.
I'll take this card here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so they're all there, and
Yeah.
they're all different.
Yeah.
Except from that one card there.
Okay,
That's a mystery card.
Okay, mystery card, right, got it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna riffle down these cards,
Yeah,
and you're gonna have, and you've got to look at a card and remember it.
okay.
Okay?
Yeah, I got one.
You got one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what was that card?
What, you want me to tell you?
Yes.
It was the Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts. Now we're gonna have a quick look for that card. I can't see it anywhere.
Ace of Diamonds.
Yeah, I saw the Ace of Spades. What's that card there? Nine of Hearts. What's that card there? Yeah, Four of Diamonds. I don't see your card anywhere though.
I saw it.
You did?
Yeah.
Do you remember that card we saw at the beginning? The mystery card?
That one there, yeah?
Yeah. Could that be it?
Well, it can't be because I saw it in the deck.
It might be.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
There it is, the Ace of Hearts. That is amazing. I love that. Dude, that was an amazing performance. I love that. I love that trick. I love your handling of it. It's really good. And obviously you couldn't see when Ryland was riffling the cards towards me, but it feels like I can see because of, and that's basically what you're buying here. You're buying a very gaffed trick deck that when you riffle through them. Stop banging! Very gaff deck. But what it allows you to do is when you riffle through the cards, it allows you to very, very clearly see one card, and it feels like you've seen all the others. It feels like you've seen so many cards, but you're going to end up on a force card. Now, that particular routine that Ryland did, Mirage, that is exactly how the thing plays. They cut the deck, they put the card to one side, they riffle, you look at a card.
I wouldn't say I love it, but I do like it.
What, that trick or the thing as a whole? The trick. Yeah, I love the trick. I think that's an amazing trick.
Well, I don't love it, but I really like it. I'm going to give it like, I don't know,
What do you think about it?
88%.
88%. Well, before I give you the review, let me talk about a couple of things. First of all, the playing cards are very well made. The instructions are great. Richard Pinner has a whole bunch of downloads on there teaching different things that you can do with it. Split focus is great. Mirage is my favourite routine for a close-up performance. He's got a live performance video of him doing a tossed-out deck routine in a theatre. And it says on there, I think it's only just been added because it says on there, explanation coming soon. And I think Richard is constantly adding new videos onto there. The tossed out deck routine is absolutely brilliant. Like really, really good, like incredible. So you can do tossed out deck without actually throwing the cards out, just by having each person think of a card. And you can get, first of all, 6 people to stand up, 3 men, 3 women. You call off the 3 women's cards, they sit down, and the 3 men's cards. It's just incredible. It's very well made. The one thing that you need to be aware of...
So they all say ace and they all say ace?
No, it's different. Different to Mirage. The way that... the thing you need to be aware of, it's not a bicycle deck of cards. It's a specially made deck of cards.
They probably could make a bicycle though.
Well, the cards have been designed on the back to look like a rider back design, or you know, that look like that sort of design, but they are not it's not a bicycle. It's not a bicycle deck. Yeah. I know that's an issue for some people. It's not really an issue for me, especially as I'll be using this as a one-off performance piece. But it's something that you need to be aware of.
It doesn't really. I don't care about whatever deck it is. Like I really like that alien deck. I just like any deck.
I know you do. I know you do. You're a playing card fan, aren't you?
I've got an Avengers deck.
I know you have. I know you have. So yeah, you know what, guys? I really like this. He's giving it 88%. I'm giving it 94%. I'm giving it 94%. I'm definitely going to use it. I'm going to try Mirage. I took it to that gig. You know the gig that I did the other day that I did Alibi at. I took it there, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I had it in my pocket and I forgot about it, and I ended up not doing it. But we've got another gig in Lincoln. A couple of gigs this week in Lincoln. So I'm going to go and take it to Lincoln. I'm definitely going to do it there, and I'll report back on what I think. But I really like it. Yeah, 92%. I think one of the things that's the key thing about this, before we wrap this review up, is that there's so many options. If you like what you saw Ryalnd do, great. If you're a stage worker, there's options for you.
Is this like in a little book?
What do you mean, a little book?
No, is it in a book? Like one of those magic books? Is it in a magic book? Oh.
It's not a download. You watch the download.
Oh, yeah.
Do you need to go to bed early tonight?
No.
Are you sure?
I just got confused with all the tricks.
Whatever. 92% from me, 88% from him. He likes it. I love it. I'd recommend it. It's really good.
And that's another review show. No, again! And that's another review show. And bam!
Help. That is another review show in the bag, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Got some great stuff to look at this week, but please do not buy the AV FM deck. It is terrible. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of our reviews. Love to know your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If there's something you want us to review, let us know. If there's something you'd like me to perform on a Magic Live, let me know. If there's something you want him to perform on his YouTube channel, let us know. And while we're at that, please make sure you follow him on YouTube. He is on YouTube as The Kid Magician. Yeah. And if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. And I'm going to be back again tomorrow with the magic stuff on Thursday. And you are going to be back with me next week with another Craig and Ryland review show. I'll see you next week. He'll see you next week. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Bye, everyone.